Today I'm going to be showing you how to make toothpick gliders. So what you'll need is a toothpick, some sticky notes, some super glue, and a pair of scissors. What you'll also need is a airsoft BB or a dab of super glue. A dab of hot glue could also work fine. So what you're going to need to do to start off is grab one sticky note. You're going to want to fold the sticky note in half. And then fold it in half again. Then once you've got to here, what you're going to need to do is unfold the sticky note, and there should be 4 lines on the sticky note. Now what you're going to want to do is take your scissors and cut off one line. You're going to have something like this. If you don't have sticky notes, the measurement for this is 3 inches long side by 1/3 or 3/4 of an inch downwards. So after you've got that piece cut out, you're going to take the same sticky note you folded before and cut another segment out, another part out. After you got this part cut out, you want to fold it in half. And cut this in half. After you got this part cut out, you want to fold it in half again. And cut this part out. So you should now have these 2 pieces. What you're going to want to do next is take the half that you cut off of that one part, and just at an angle cut it like this and cut the top. Here is your tail. So now it's time to assemble the airplane. You're going to take your long rectangle and fold it in half. After it's folded in half, you're going to take your super glue. Just to make sure before you put it on that it is tilted at an angle. This is called dihedral, and it will make sure the plane self-levels itself. So now you'll want to take your super glue, put not too much of a dab, but just a line good enough to attach it to your airplane or your toothpick. So after you got the super glue on your wing, you'll want to attach it about in the front. The back of the wing should be about at the half point of the toothpick. After that is dried, you'll want to take your smaller rectangle, and you can just eyeball this one. You can look about in the middle and put a dab of glue and glue it to the end of your toothpick like this. If it's not perfectly centered, you can just go ahead and center it. if you'd like, you can also give this an upward angle. Okay, so after you've done that, you'll want to take your tail or your vertical stabilizer, and on the bottom put just another line of super glue. You want to take this and stick it to your airplane. Oops. This should be at the back end, next to the horizontal stabilizer or your elevator. So after your tail has been glued on, what you'll want to do is make sure all the wing on the wing that it's as straight as possible. So what I see on my airplane right here is that the right wing is tilted up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just take the wing and bend it down just to make sure it's straight. I'll take a look at the other side and do the same. Seems to be good. I'm just going to make it bend down a little bit. So that's good. So after that, we're going to give the wing a little curve. This is called, I guess, this is an under-cambered wing. It's not an airfoil wing, but it should fly better. So we're just going to pinch both ends of the wing and just go like this. And do the same for the other side. There. Should look something like this. Okay. The last part is to take your little airsoft BB and just put a dab of super glue on the front of the airplane like that, and take the BB and stick it on the airplane, and we're gonna wait for it to dry now. Okay, so now that we got our plane finished, we're ready to test fly it for the first time. So what happened there was the airplane nosedived into the ground. So what you're going to want to do is the back part right here, which is called the elevator, you're going to want to bend it up just a little bit. If it nosedives towards the ground, if it goes up, you're gonna want to bend the elevator down, like you're gonna want to bend the elevator down like this. Let's see if you can see that. See how the angle is bent down? You're gonna want to bend it like this, but in my case, it was bent. It was doing a nosedive. So we're going to want to bend it up like that. So after that flight, it seemed to be flying level, except for it would make a left turn. So if that happens, we're going to want to turn the tail the opposite direction of which it was turning. So if it was turning left for me, I'm going to want to take the tail and bend it to the right. Just like that. So the plane seemed to be turning to the right a little too much, so I'm just going to unbend the tail just a little bit, just to try to make it fly straight. So after that has been adjusted, it seems to be flying pretty good right now. I'm happy with it. I'm going to make a couple different designs. So here I have another one I just made. It's the same way I showed you how to make it, and we're going to see how this one flies too. So this one, that first flight I didn't curve the wings, which seems to have worked better than curving the wings. So here's the flight after I've uncurved the wings. So this one seems to be doing nosedives, so what I'm going to do is again trim the elevators or horizontal stabilizers in the back up, pointing up like that. They're pointing upwards, and we'll see how that flies. So after you've trimmed out your plane, it should fly something kind of like this. So thank you for watching my video. I hope to see you again soon.